Hi, Craig Colangelo here with PM Square. I wanted to do a quick video geared mostly towards beginner Cognos Analytics administrators that helps them understand a little bit more about which version number they're on so that they can understand where they're at before they decide where they want to go in terms of upgrades. So one way to go about finding out which version you're on, and obviously administrators and end users certainly can use this method, is by simply using your Cognos UI. So if you go into the Cognos interface and click on the personal menu and click about, it's going to tell you which version you're on. Additionally, it's going to give you a little extra information down here. It'll tell you the version and it'll also tell you the build number. But another way to go about that as an administrator is to actually go to the server, and in the base level of your install directory, you're going to find a cmp lst.txt file. And that basically has all of the components and subcomponents of your install for your Cognos Analytics install. It's going to have all the semantics. So you're going to see, obviously, we're on a 64-bit, Windows Server 2019 here. This kit version correlates to exactly what we just saw in the UI. So you see the version and the build. Now, a lot of times in the Cognos world, it's not referred to as version and build. There's a more common name, and we'll jump into that in a second and how to translate that. But in older versions too of Cognos, we're looking at an 11.2.1 version here. But in older versions, sometimes previously the kit version wasn't a variable included up here. But if you look at this manifest version, this also correlates, and that's what you'll see in older versions. In the newer versions, it also includes the installer. It's important that when you're downloading Cognos media for install, that you take the most recent installer with it. The installers changed a bit over time, and especially over the most recent versions, even the way it works kind of changes a little bit. In some of the older versions, you had to actually point the installer at the repository where your zip files were for the install. In the newer version, if you have them in the same directory, it's going to actually automatically find those. So there's a little bit of nuance to it. So just make sure that you're using the appropriate installer, and the best way to do that if you're downloading the materials, obviously just download that same latest installer that comes with that. But back to the common name. So there's a lookup actually, and I'm going to put this on a blog post here. But once you find your release number and build number in that cmp lst.txt file, you can actually find it here, and then just do a little lookup and find the actual name. So, for example, the latest version, and the one that this one happens to be on, is actually it's not the latest version. I think it's on Fixpack 2. Yep. So if we look here, we've got this build number for 11.2.1 ending in 2008. This is the one we're talking about. So the more common way to refer to this is Cognos Analytics 2.1, 11.2.1 Interim Fix 2. Interim Fix 2 was released for some of the Log4j issues, vulnerabilities that were exposed recently. But I'm going to put all this in a blog post, and hopefully this helps you as a beginner Cognos Analytics administrator understand a little bit more about which versions you're supporting and how to go about finding the material to upgrade. As always, keep an eye on our blogs. We're usually very quick to let our community know when new releases, even dot releases, fix packs, interim fixes are released. As you know, in the Cognos world, that comes at a pretty fast clip. So usually at a quarterly or better pace. So keep an eye on our blog, and we'll let you know when the latest stuff comes out. Thanks.